As if family today, today I'm going to be doing part 1 of what if Naruto was, what if Naruto had the tar devil fruit? So basically, without further ado, let's wait. First I have to see where I left off. Yeah, I actually forgot where I left off the last part. I'm gonna go look. Yeah. Wait, let me pause, sorry. Okay, so Luffy then, the bomb then explodes in the air as Luffy falls. So basically I left off at the tar part. Luffy comes out of the tar with his body injured as we're then going to have a little skip. This time skip is going to be not at the fruits, at the War of Alabasta. So we see Luffy as, when Luffy's walking, when Luffy gets, the War of Marineford. When Luffy gets to Ford, but I keep saying Ford. When Luffy gets to Marineford, he knows how to change his body, like he feels his tar, he feels tar in his body, then he, makes himself stronger. When Luffy gets to Marineford, he looks around as he says, "I'm coming for you, Ace!" As Ace looks at his younger brother, known as Luffy, he says, "What are you doing here, you dang fool? Leave now!" Luffy then just shakes his head. Whitebeard says, "Hey kid, do what your elder brother said and leave immediately." "No, you're too weak to fight here. You'll die easily." "You don't even know me," Luffy yells. Whitebeard, everyone's shocked because this child, Straw Hat Luffy, even though he's famous around the seas, just yelled at an emperor. So Luffy then says, "I don't care if you're the emperor or even the king of the sea. I'm gonna become king of the pirates and you can't stop me. You hear me?" As they then say, he just challenged Whitebeard to becoming king of the pirates. As Whitebeard then just walks, as Luffy then just walks away. She said, "Watch and learn." As right now, Luffy is in this form. He's, small. In Luffy, he says, "I'm going to save my brother at all costs." As Luffy then rushes, as he runs at full speed, killing Marine after Marine after Marine. As he's fighting the Marines, he then remembers he can teleport over to Ace. So Luffy turns into a pile of glop, as he then teleports to one part of the battlefield far away. And everyone says, "He's over there!" But then one of the admirals, aka Aokiji, then says, long time no see. It seems we're going to have our rematch." As Luffy then grins a grime smile, and he says, "Aokiji." As he looks at Aokiji, and he's in this form right now. He rushes at Aokiji as he jumps in the air, and he's about to throw a punch at Aokiji, as Aokiji then creates an ice punch and punches Luffy with a punch of his own. Luffy's then sent back. As Luffy gets back up, he he spits some blood that was in his mouth. And then Luffy says, that hurt a little. And then he throws his hand backwards. I mean, like kind of like a gum. It's just that with tar. And then he says, gum. And as he then says, tartar bazooka. And then this punch then goes flying at the Admiral. The Admiral says, what weakness? As he then creates like a barrier in front of him. As he then runs up to Luffy, as then they then engage in combat. Luffy then creates a ginormous tar like kind of glop as he punches Aokiji right in the face. Then Aokiji, as he's about to fly, then he's then pulled back to Luffy's fist. As when he gets pulled back, he then gets punched right in the jaw, and then he spits out blood. Luffy then punches Aokiji right in the gut, as Aokiji says, "Oh, you dang kid!" And then a hail of icicles then come from out of the ground as they hit Luffy. Luffy's body then drains on the Luffy turns into tar as his body then drains down. And then Luffy creates 6 clones, which is approximately 60 clones of himself, sharing his strength. They're just a little bit smaller. As they all then rush at Aokiji, Aokiji, underestimating Luffy, their Haki-informed clones with his tar, as Aokiji then says, "Fool, if you can't defeat me, how do you expect clones who are weaker than you to defeat me?" As Aokiji then does the attack again, as a lot of ice spikes then come out of the ground and rush at Luffy. Luffy smirks as the ice covers him and nearly kills some of his clones. His clones then come underground, and then Luffy comes from the bottom of Aokiji's feet as he says, "Oh, I just got lost in a train of thought." As Luffy then says, "Straw Hat Mirage," as they all punch Aokiji. Then they jump off of each other. Then they kick Aokiji. Then the real Luffy is now above Aokiji, as he throws kind of like a Detroit smash to Aokiji's head. As Aokiji then goes falling down to the ground and falls on his back. He says, "Oh, I underestimated your clones." As he then gets back up. Then Kizaru says, "It seems him and Aokiji are at the same amount of force. So you're telling me this kid's as strong as an admiral? Huh, that's gotta be a joke." Admirals are not as strong, but they're about as strong as they're about as strong as the Yonko of the sea, and this kid's not a Yonko, so this should be easy. As Kizaru then teleports down, and Akainu's gonna come join him, but then Whitebeard comes as he rushes at Akainu, and they're having their little fight. Luffy decided to bring a friend, Rayleigh, as he informed Rayleigh about everything that's gonna happen. Rayleigh just showed up, as he says, "Well, kid, I'm here." As everyone's in shock, they say, "It's Dark King Rayleigh." As Rayleigh then rushes at Kizaru and he says, I remember the last time we fought. Wasn't it to protect Luffy? Now it's to protect his brother. Life is weird. Did Uncover Kai Season 3 reaction. As Luffy then says, "Yes, really," and then all of his clones then use a water style jutsu. No, not water style. As his clones then all punch the ground, and water then starts to zoom right at a couple of the admirals. And then they say, "What?" As this distracts Akainu, and his thing is kind of nullified, and Whitebeard goes for a punch to Akainu's gut, which sends Akainu flying. Really, Kizaru got hit the most, as the way it's just got freeze up, and really now has the advantage over Kizaru. But then, when you thought it couldn't get any worse, all of a sudden, wait, hold on. Never mind. As all of a sudden, no, nothing happened. As Aokiji then said, you were a fool to do that. Now, you might have nullified all of our devil fruits, but now you're nullified. But now your devil fruit's nullified too, as his clones are starting to melt. Well, my clones aren't. No, his clones. As Kizaru looks around, but his clones haven't turned into Glock. He then says, "What's going on? Why aren't I haven't? See, I'm immune to water with my devil fruit." As everyone's then shocked. "No, you have the tartar fruit, right?" Wait. I didn't think that this was true, but legend tells it that the tartar fruit, with it you can be underwater for a minimum of 5 minutes. After that, your double fruit powers then get nullified and you start to drown. So you're telling me, you're telling me, dang it. As 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 Luffy then says, "Yeah, then I also tell you this, as I can also absorb someone's powers, kind of like the dark fruit, but not like the dark fruit." As Luffy then touches the Aokiji's water icicle, and he says, "You made a ginormous mistake, Aokiji, creating all of this ginormous icicle." And he starts to absorb the entire icicle. As then Luffy says, "Now you're gonna freeze." And then, no, he does not have his devil fruit. He can only use as much ice as he absorbed, which he absorbed it now. As he then, as Aokiji then goes to kick Luffy, but his body, it's like it's turned to stone. Fool. As Luffy then puts his hand in the air, and then it starts to kind of like snow wrinkle. And then Luffy says, "Oh, because of the temperature in the sky, and because I absorbed a little bit of Kizaru's power." And because I absorbed a little bit, sorry for that interruption. And because I absorbed a little bit of Kizaru's power, I can melt the ice. As then Luffy uses all of the ice, and it's then poured over everyone. Sorry, Whitebeard, but sorry, Whitebeard. Your devil fruit abilities might be nullified for a couple of minutes. No, it's okay, kid. I have another ace in the hole. Yeah, you're talking about hockey, right? What? Yeah, hockey. I haven't really learned the perks of hockey. Like, I haven't learned observation hockey, and I haven't learned. But I do have I do have a little bit control over Conqueror's hockey, and I can use what's it called? Armament hockey, which I most mastered in that one. They tell me that I'm born with Conqueror's hockey. Wait, how ironic! I'm talking about hockey, and we the Celestials are doing what if Deku had hockey? Like, how ironic is that? Tell me, what are the odds? What are the odds? Okay, as we then see Luffy, he looks up in the sky, and he says, "It's a beautiful day today. Can I leave it up to you and really to take out these other extras?" As then, Akainu and the others then get out. They say, "Just because you've hit us does not mean that just because you notified our devil fruits does not mean that you defeated. I mean, you might have won the battle." But then Aokiji puts his hand outward and he shows it around the entire army. But as he says, "But you haven't won the war." Seeing on my perspective, you cannot defeat the fleet admiral, and you might struggle against the vice admiral. So, good luck. As Luffy is just about to run away, but then Aokiji says, "Wait, who said that we were done fighting?" What? As he then throws a kick down at Luffy, and Luffy catches his kick. But then he's then kicked in the head by Kizaru, as Rayleigh then says, "Oh, what? Ah, dang it. I forgot to keep my head under him." And then all of a sudden, Luffy's then, how should I say this? Punched, sorry, I do not have it, is then punched in the head, is then, punched in the back by Akainu, and Whitebeard says, "Dang it, I lost focus of him." As then, Luffy says, and then he uses his devil fruit to cling onto all of them and smash them into the ground, as he then grabs Aokiji and Kizaru and says, "Remember, you are nothing without your devil fruit." As he then brings them behind him, and as he throws them, they then go flying really far. I'm not gonna specify. They're knocked out, don't worry. As Akainu then walks up, he puts his hand out, and magma starts to come on it. "Oh, it seems. So I'm not gonna use hockey. Okay. It seems that I've gained my power. It seems that I've gained my power back. How unlucky. And I almost thought that you were gonna be..." Okay, three admirals. You can get out my face. I'm trying to zoom up on Akainu. And I almost thought that you had us there. Yes, what if Luffy had Smoker's power? I'm gonna be doing that next. No, I'm gonna be doing what if Luffy was the son of Akainu next. And I might think about the Smoker one. As Luffy then looks at Akainu as he starts to back up, and he says, I'm not gonna let you win," as he knows that Akainu is clearly the strongest out of the three admirals. He's probably the strongest out of the three admirals. So he encases his body in armament hockey, and then he encases his body in tar. What is so weird about tar and magma is that tar is like a source of heat, and magma is basically heat. No. Magma is basically tar. So I'm not afraid to fight you. as he then rushes out of Kainu, and they both punch each other, and they both collide fist, like kind of that ace one, which Akainu then goes flying back as he does a flip and lands on his foot. But Luffy's, when he went flying back, is now on the ground. Luffy gets back up as he punches the ground and says, "Damn." And then he says, "I'm not gonna let you win." So he rushes out of Kainu, and then he says, "Okay, with this last attack, let's do it all." As Luffy then takes all of his tar, and he puts it around his arm. And then he says, "Be feared of my strongest attack, Great Dragon!" As a ginormous dragon has then appeared. And then Luffy then smirks. "Sorry, I meant 60 dragons of hell." And then you start to hear that Naruto music. Okay, I'm acting so childish. And then all of a sudden, they then clash. Oh no, I'm sorry. And all of a sudden, they then clash as Naruto. Okay, curse it. I know some of y'all are probably wondering if I've hit puberty yet. Yes, I've hit puberty. And it's kind of it's now getting to me, but it's kind of putting a little strain on my voice when I always change it when I'm doing the videos, so I'm just going to use my regular voice. Oh, my birthday was a few days ago. I think I post the Beyblade What If 2 days ago. So like it if you put a happy birthday, you know? This What If has been way too long. As Akainu then says, "That's more to deal with." And he uses all of his lava. Yes, that's what it's called, lava. So tar is basically magma, and Akainu has lava. Okay, that's what I was trying to think of. As then those clash. But since Luffy is considerably weaker than Akainu, this is about the same force because, yeah, it'll take 60 Luffys to match the same strength of one Akainu, as they're both sent flying back. But Luffy's standing on his feet. No, as they're both on the ground. And Akainu's bloody, as he said, "What did you do? How did you hit my..." He must have used Haki. Dang it. As Luffy then says, "Get out of my way." What? Luffy then turns into this. "Get out of my way!" The Luffy's final form, Dragon King, the one, aka Virgin One. And as Luffy then rushes at Akainu, as he punches Akainu in the gut, and then he does it again and again and again. Yeah, he's Mike Tysoning Akainu. And then he does a Muhammad Ali on Akainu's face. And when Akainu gets back up from this, like, y'all are wondering how is he back up? It's just for plotline story. He then throws a punch at Luffy, and Luffy just acts like he's a bee and a butterfly. So he dodges and then punches Akainu right in the face, which sends Akainu flying. Is this where I'm gonna be ending off this what if? Like, no, everyone says he beat Akainu. And this is where I'm gonna be ending off this what if. Like, comment, subscribe, share to all of your friends on your social media platforms. YouTube, we're out.